Alright guys, so on the Canon Vixia cameras, there is a different way of controlling depth of field. So you guys may have briefly learned about aperture. And one thing that aperture controls is depth of field. And so we understood in terms of what is depth of field. In the lamest terms, basically depth of field is putting one object in focus while having the background or the foreground blurred out. So we're going to actually practice that on the Canon Vixia, and we're going to find out how do we control depth of field. So the first thing I want you guys to be able to do is make sure that your camera is still in a specific shooting mode. So if you see shooting mode, I want you to go ahead and click right in the middle of that. So right now we have our shooting mode set to cinema. If you have that already, just click OK. If you don't, find cinema, and then I want you to select it. From cinema, they have different options right here on the side that you could scroll through to change. I just want you guys to keep it on vivid for now and then click OK. So now this is going to allow us to be able to control the depth of field. So how do we get to it? Right over here in this corner, guys, I want you guys to click on that icon which looks like a camera with a little tool. Alright, so now from here we are going to go and scroll up until you find focus right here, guys. So it says focus. Once you find that, I want you guys to go ahead and select it. Alright, so from here it looks pretty plain, right? You don't really see any options to control anything. Well, if you want to control that depth of field, you have to select the MF. When you select the MF, it gives you two little picture icons. One looks like a person, and then one looks like a mountain icon. So basically what those two options are is that the person is basically saying, hey, I want to zoom in on my person or my object, and I want to be able to control the depth of field. So I want it to either be blurred out, or I want it to be blurred out, but I also want to have some focus in there as well. So if you select the mountain icon, it actually changes what comes into focus. So what I want you guys to do in terms of when you're practicing this, I want you to play around with the mountain icon and the person icon and look at the differences. What do you see coming into focus? So for this object, I have a Bluetooth speaker, and then I have a box right here in the background. So I want to bring the Bluetooth speaker in focus, and I want the background to be blurred out. So let's see if I can actually accomplish that. So if I play around with this button right here, which looks like the mountain, it kind of zooms in a little bit. So right now, it doesn't look as if anything is in focus. Okay, now let me try the person icon. Alright, so with the person icon, it looks like it's putting this object in focus, and it's putting the box in the background out of focus, meaning that the box is blurred out, but this is in focus, guys. Now let's see what happens if I continue changing some settings on there. It zooms in. Now it's putting the background and the foreground completely blurred out, so I can't see the box and I can't see the Bluetooth speaker either. Now if I click the mountain icon, look at that, guys. So now it looks like the Bluetooth speaker is blurred out, but now the background is in focus. So that's how you control depth of field. You have to kind of play around with both of these two icons right here so you can determine, okay, do I want to put the person in focus, or do I want to put the background blurred out, or vice versa, or you can switch it and do the opposite. So say for example you guys are shooting something, a quick video production in class, and you decide, hey, I want the background to be blurred out. You have to control it using these two options until it gets the right look that you like. And that's how we control depth of field on the Canon Vixia.